Hey guys, what's going on? This is Bobby Davis back with another video, and today in this video, just give me a second. Alright, I'm back. Sorry, I had to get a little something to drink. My mouth was incredibly dry. But, okay, so I have a scary story to tell you. And this story happened when I was 14. I'm not gonna waste any time explaining why I'm telling a scary story. I get it's not October, but there's no rules that say you can't tell a scary story unless it's October. And, well, if there's no rules preventing me from telling stories whenever I want, I'm going to tell a story whenever I want. And this is just one of those times. Anyway, this happened when I was 14. I was at my grandma and grandpa's house in Pennsylvania. And so we were spending, we were vacationing there. But, so I was sleeping downstairs in my mom's old room when she was a little girl, and there were a bunch of creepy glass dolls. And back then, I mean, yeah, sure, I didn't like them, but back then I'm like, yeah, creepy doll, so what? I won't look at it before I fall asleep, and I'll be fine, And back then, I did not see the Annabelle movie, but I actually didn't know Annabelle existed back then, which made it a lot easier to sleep. Now I do, so if we ever vacation there again, I'm not going to be able to sleep because I've now seen the movie, and I know about the Annabelle story. Anyway, there were a bunch of glass dolls, and back then I was like, yeah, creepy, but I just won't look at them, big deal. Besides, my cousin was there with me, so, even better. And my cousin's parents are not as strict as mine, which means that they let them have, they do, I don't know how to explain this. They're more independent. What I'm saying is they do a lot more physical activity with their hands. I don't, unless you consider playing a video game all day physically active. So when it comes to fighting, I'm not the best, unless it's somebody with the same height and weight with me. I can't fight unless they're 10 times my size. Then I just pull a possum and play dead. But anyway, the point is, he does a lot of physical work with his hands. So I'm like, great. I just have him, right across the demonic possessed dolls if I ever need him to. But I went to sleep. But keep in mind, while I was asleep, I didn't realize I was asleep. I was having a very, very vivid dream. Very, very vivid. And the second I started dreaming, it was the second, from when I was actually awake in the dream world. It lined up perfectly. So I had no clue that I was asleep. And I looked over at the dolls in my dream. But again, I didn't know I was dreaming. I looked over at the dolls because I couldn't help myself. And one of them was staring directly at me. And I thought to myself, I don't remember any dolls looking at me. But I looked away thinking, oh, it's not a big deal. Let's just go to sleep. Then I turned back because I was really curious if it was still there. And much to my surprise, it wasn't. The doll was completely gone. It wasn't even sitting on a shelf anymore. And that's when I started getting a little freaked out. I thought to myself, okay, I could have sworn that there was a doll there, but whatever. I mean, it's dark. It's, yeah, wow. So I was really freaked out, and I looked over, and out of the corner of my eye, the doll was sitting on the ground looking directly at me. And I thought, oh no. Okay. I need a crucifix. Where's a crucifix? I need a crucifix. And I was thinking to myself, or holy water, I don't care, I need something. And I started to panic a little bit, and I was shuffling around in bed, which woke up my cousin. And he was like, what's wrong, Bobby? But he saw me staring at the ground. He looked over where I was staring, and then he started freaking out. He's like, whoa, was that doll sitting there? And I'm like, nope. That doll was sitting on the shelf. That doll was not there. So, in turn, we both started freaking out, and we both eventually calmed ourselves down. We both said, okay, Let's not freak out. It must have just fell off. Who knows? Maybe while we were asleep, our other cousins, maybe my brother and my cousin's brother, were trying to prank us because they were pranksters and they were pretty troublesome to get on their own. My brother and his brother, they were both troublesome on their own. But when they come together, ooh, it's like, ooh, that was not a good time. So we thought, yeah, it is probably our siblings that are trying to prank us. So we're like, okay, that calms us down a lot. We went back to bed, and like my head, I curl up in a ball, kind of like this when I'm asleep. You can't really see my entire body, but I curl up into a ball, and I was aiming toward the outside of the bed. I wasn't aiming toward him. Like I wasn't directed to him. I was my body was directed toward the outside because that's just was comfortable at the time. And same him, he was directed toward the outside. And this doesn't seem like it's a big deal, but it will in a couple of minutes. And we went back to sleep. We heard a crash. We were like, what the? And then at the corner of both of our eyes, at the corner of his right eye and at the corner of my left eye, we saw something with hair and clothes, and we slowly turned our heads, and in between us was that doll that disappeared out of nowhere. And we jumped out of bed faster than ever could be, and we looked down at the ground, and like a bunch of other dolls in the room were around our feet. We tried to run away, but the door was locked, and we started screaming for help, like, help! I can't yell right now because I don't want to bug anyone in my house, so that weird sound that I just made in my mouth, the whole help, that weird sound, that was me yelling. Just envision that me yelling. So we were yelling, and we were yelling for help, like, help, help, there's demonic dolls trying to kill us. And then that's when it went weird. This is when we actually started seeing their legs move. We actually started seeing them walk. Because before, we just saw them standing in one spot, and then 1 minute standing in another, and then another place, and then, Then we actually started watching them move. And as they moved, their heads went up like full 360, walking slowly toward us. And right as they were about to plunge a dagger into our hearts, I woke up. And it was daytime, and I heard laughter and like playing outside. So I woke up Isaac, and he said, oh, good morning, Bobby. And I said, I just had the most terrifying dream ever. He's like, what about? And I told him about the dream, and he's like, wow, that is pretty freaky. And we went outside, and we had some fun outside. We hung out. Then later on in the day, when we were about to leave, a couple days have passed since then. So after the bad dream, after we woke up and had played outside, a couple of days have passed, and now at the later on into the day, when the vacation was over, I went into the room and I packed up my things. And as I walked out of the door for the last time to go home, I turned my head, and I swear that I saw the doll staring at me. Staring at the door, staring at me, watching me leave. And to this day, I'm going to have nightmares tonight just bringing up these bad, scary memories. And now, ever since then, I can't deal with glass dolls. I don't know the actual name of the dolls, but all I know is that I cannot deal with them anymore. I can't. So that's a scary story that I had. I hope you enjoyed this. I will try to think of some other stories, and if they're fake, I hate to say it, but I have not had a lot of scary experiences in my life. For the most part, my life has been filled with dreams of committing inhuman-like acts, and by that I mean most of my dreams involve me flying or punching through a brick wall. I don't often have any scary dreams, but yeah, if you guys want another, I will try to think of a scary memory. But if I can't think of one, I will react to true stories, scary animations, and they can tell you some true stories. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video because I enjoyed making this video. I hope you guys like it. I hope if you did like it, make sure to smash that like button. Just drop kick that like button in the face. Hit that share button. Share this video to your friends. Subscribe. Don't forget, to ring that bell so you never miss an update. And comment down below if you want more stories. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video because this story brought up some pretty scary memories, but nonetheless, I enjoyed making this video. So, I will see you guys later. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.